Okay, a very good evening to all of you. So, thank you. First of all, I would like to thank everyone who have joined the today's session. Okay, um, okay. Today the topic of our talk is how exercise transforms mental health. So, I would like this to be more like of a discussion rather than just a presentation. So, maybe maybe you can unmute and speak, or else at least like try to drop your answers in the chat. Okay. So before we start, let me give a small introduction about myself. Okay, I'm Hikma Harris, and I hold a bachelor's degree in psychology and an advanced diploma in business management. So I worked as a trainee in the field of psychology, and now I work as a tutor for a UK company. So throughout my journey, I have been always fascinated about the power of psychology, especially when it comes to mental health and well-being. So today I would like to unlock a tool that would help us both physically and mentally. Yes, that's exercise, as I introduced in the beginning itself. So, yes, I I have heard most of the people saying that they don't have time to exercise. For those people, I have a comic. So, can someone unmute and read this for me, please? Um, okay.
Can I go ahead?
Yes,
All
please.
right. Can you please share the screen? I'm unable to. Yeah, right. What fits your busy schedule better? Exercising 1 hour a day or being dead 24 hours a day?
Okay, I think that makes a bit of sense. So, if you want a better life, start making better choices. So, it's really difficult to make better choices. It's easy to have the habits that are like uh not okay for our lifestyle. And okay, so let's get through the table of contents for the today's topic. So I'll give a small brief introduction about the thing we are going to talk about, and the science of exercise and mental health, the types of exercise, and also things to consider before getting started. Okay, I would like to start with a small activity. Okay, so what's your favorite physical activity? So there are some emojis placed in here, and there are some activities that represent a certain emoji. So can you please drop in the chat the uh, emoji that represents the activity that you love? Can I see some answers in the chat? Yes, Medini. Okay, Farzana, Shaham. Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thanks a lot for your responses. Okay, let's get into the science of exercise and mental health. First, let's get through the benefits of physical exercise. Okay, it physical exercise is a scientifically proven mood booster, and also it helps with depression and anxiety. But how does it do it? So, continuous exercise contributes to the brain's release of endorphins, a natural feel good chemical which is related to happiness. And yes, reduce stress is a major advantage of exercise in this paced world. Like, I'm pretty sure that everyone deal with everyday stresses. So, yes, increasing your heart rate during activity reverses stress-induced brain damage by stimulating the production of neurohormones like norepinephrine. And It also exercise also forces the body's central and sympathetic nervous system to communicate with one another, improving the body's overall ability to respond to stress. And also, it reduces the stress hormones, adrenaline, and cortisol. Okay, and also increased self esteem and self confidence is another advantage of exercise. Okay, so let's say exercise has a lot of physical benefits, starting from endurance to losing weight. So, all of it adds up to a whopping boost of self esteem and self confidence. And also, a better sleep. Okay, so exercise regulates our circadian rhythm, a built in alarm. Okay, for the ones who doesn't know what is a circadian rhythm, it's like a built in alarm which puts us asleep when we are tired and then wakes us up. It's like the maybe it starts puts us asleep at the same time and wakes us up again. Okay, so then
Does it, can I ask a question?
yes,
Does it work like a alarm clock? Is that how, is it, does that work like a clock? Is that how it works?
yes, obviously, yes. Um, Okay, so and then brain boost. Okay, and studies on mice and human indicates that cardiovascular exercise creates new brain cells, a process called neurogenesis, and also it prevents cognitive decline and memory loss by strengthening the hippocampus. Part of brain, which is hippocampus, is a part of brain. Okay, so I have a question for you all. Which of these benefits, like we talked about some benefits here, so I would like to know which of these benefits most resonates with you. Can I see some answers in the chat? Mm, okay. Okay, Medini says increased self-esteem. Zihana, yes, better sleep. Anyone else? Do you have any other answers? Okay, okay. Better sleep, brain boost, and better sleep, yes. Decrease stress. Yes, great. Thank you so much for your answers. Okay, and have you ever noticed a change in your mood after exercising? Can you put a Y for yes and N for no? Yes, that's great. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for your responses. Most of you say yes. Okay, that's great. And okay, now let's move to okay. I have another question for you guys. So, what motivates you to keep exercising regularly even when life gets busy? Can I see some answers in the chat? Mhm. Okay, Shaham says to have a good physique. Okay. Any other answers? Okay, I don't exercise regularly, but I might start doing it today onwards. So great. Okay. Okay, health consciousness, yes. Nothing really. Okay, Maitini. Okay. So, okay, let's move to the next thing, which is type of exercises. That is mild, moderate, and vigorous. So, mild could be something like getting up to make a cup of tea, moving around your home, or cleaning and dusting. And moderate can be riding a bike, like dancing, and maybe walking. And when it goes to vigorous, it can be hiking uphill, running, riding a bike fast, or maybe aerobics. So let's see. Okay, let's see what is a moderate and a vigorous activity. So when our heart races noticeably, when we have a noticeable acceleration in our heart rate, that can be considered as a moderate physical activity. And when it causes rapid breathing and a substantial increase in our heart rate, it can be considered as vigorous. Okay, so let's see the amount of exercise we just need to get per week. So if it is moderate exercise, at least 150 to 300 minutes of exercise should be a considerable amount. Or if it's vigorous, it can be 75 to 150 minutes per week. Okay, so now let's see the effects of physical inactivity. We just went through all the good things about the benefits of exercise. Now let's see what's the effects of physical inactivity. So, okay, there can be a reduced cardiovascular efficiency because if you don't be active for a long period of time, okay, physical inactivity weakens the heart and blood vessels over time, reducing the efficiency of blood circulation. This can lead to a slightly reduced blood flow to the brain, which may affect the oxygen delivery in extreme cases. And also, less stimulation of blood flow. Regular movement and exercise improve blood flow to the brain, delivering oxygen and nutrition necessary for optimal functioning. So, inactivity reduces these benefits, potentially affecting cognitive functions and energy levels. And also, we could be prone to chronic diseases like chronic inactivity can lead to conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, or cardiovascular diseases, which may impair blood flow to the brain and result in reduced oxygenation over time. Okay, so let's see. Okay, physical inactivity. So, being physical inactivity can lead to fatigue, low energy, because when we don't move our body, our heart and blood vessels become weaker and our blood circulation slows down. So, in terms of this means less oxygen and nutrition reach our cells, making us feel tired and drained. And yes, now let's get to the okay. So we may be having a we maybe have to consider some things before exercising. Some may be taking medications, or some medications or mental health conditions make us feel lethargic or tired, or maybe someone has anxiety or a panic attack. Let's see, if you are a person who is taking regular medications, maybe like a sort of medication which is beta blockers, it makes our heart race faster during exercise. So it is important to uh, consult a doctor before you start any exercise. And also, uh, and also, lithium. Yes, uh, yes, lithium is one of a medication we take during, yes, we take. So losing fluid from your body through sweating can increase the concentration of lithium in your blood to a harmful level. So talk to your doctor before you start deciding to do exercises. Okay, so let's say someone says the medications they're taking makes them lethargic or feel tired. Sometimes it may be they may be drained in the morning. For the people who don't feel like or can't unable to do exercise in the morning, maybe they can become a bit active in the evening times. Or else, let's say someone has anxiety or panic attacks. So the physical symptoms that comes during exercise can be similar to anxiety and panic attacks. So it's important for people who have panic attacks to be aware and self-conscious about and to yeah, and they should know to differentiate between the panic attacks and the effects that comes from exercise. Okay. Mm, yeah. Okay. Then let's come how to start. So when we say exercising, it doesn't necessarily have to be you jump out of couch and get an expensive membership in a expensive gym membership or running marathons. So you can start it from a very low intensity activity. So consistency versus intensity. What is that? Does anyone have any idea about this? Maybe about this picture?
And the first
I
intensity picture actually quite um relates to me because when I start to exercise, I start with something very high intense exercises. Then I feel exhausted, and then I don't do it ever again.
Yeah, that happens right, Medini. Thank you. Thank you for your response. Anyone else? If you don't want to unmute and speak, we can just type it on the chat.
I think that happens with me as well. So when I
Okay.
start, it's like really intense. I start with aerobics,
Mm-hmm.
and then as time goes by, I quit it. So as you said, I
Okay.
think even the mild and moderate comes under exercise, right?
Yeah.
So I think it would be better if we start from mild and moderate before going to uh, the aerobics and the other stuffs. Am
Yes,
I
before
right?
getting into the intense
Yes.
activities. That's right. Yeah. Thank you, Shihani. Okay, thank you so much. So let's say what is intensity? So as Medini and Shihani said, it's like you start like really you do hard like intense activities and then you feel tired, drained, and you just drop out all your plans. So instead of that, you can have consistency. So every week it can be a limited amount of time by which you exercise. It can be like you don't have to exercise all 5 days. Maybe if you miss one day, it's like, okay, I'm going to shut down all my plans. I'm not going to do it again because I cannot do this. It's not like that. Even if you miss 1 or 2 days in a week, that's okay. It still comes into consistency. So it's important, even if you miss, you get up the other day and you try doing it. So week by week, you will get used to it and it will become a part of your routine. Okay, so next. Okay, let's do a small activity to get to the habit of exercising. So, can we list some activities you love? Can each person list some activities you love?
Can you be a bit more precise? What do you mean by
Yeah,
activities?
any activities like it can be
Yeah.
dancing, jogging, running, anything.
Oh, that's related to like exercise.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I would say I prefer dancing. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, can you please list down some activities?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Okay, can everyone list down some activities that you love? You can unmute and speak, or else you can drop it down in the chat. Okay. Okay, trying to swim, still learning. Okay, Medini. Okay. Shani dancing, Hana yoga. Okay. Okay, Shihani swimming, playing badminton. Okay, great. Okay, so I would like to ask you, do you guys always engage in something, some physical activity each day? Can you give me a Y for a yes and N for a no? No? Okay. Okay, no. N. Okay. I can see a lot of no's here. Okay, so can I know? Okay, most of the time, yes, Medini, that's great. Okay, so can I know the reason why are you unable to be active each day? Like, what are the challenges you face when it comes to being active? Lack of motivation? Yes. No time? Yeah, Zihana. Maybe I gave you a comic. Did you see it? I prefer lying on my bed and scrolling rather than wasting my energy doing exercise. Okay. Okay. So that I, yes, so that we looked at the benefits of exercise and the challenges you might face in future if you do not be active, so that I guess you could have got an insight about it. So I want you to identify your challenges and figure out what can be done to get through it. Okay, and maybe sometimes you can, there are a lot of community groups that you can join, like exercising. Yes, there are group classes and everything. So if you do enjoy being in groups, you can join those classes. There are fitness classes, Zumba classes, and everything. So, if not, if you want to be on your own space, so you can use YouTube videos. Yes, you can use YouTube videos, maybe some music to dance or something to get active. Maybe we can start it very slowly, a slight dance or some activity that you love and enjoy. So, okay, so as we have come to the end, can I just see some answers in the chats about like what did you understand? Maybe in one word or one sentence, you can explain something, some takeaway points, like which would have different things, I'm sure. Like, yeah, you can drop in the chat one takeaway point from today's talk. Okay. Okay. Okay, I can see some answers wherever it is, be consistent on what you do. Thank you. Any other answers? Okay, there are different types of exercises such as mild, moderate, and intense. And consistency is better than intensity. Yes, that's great. Any others? No, okay, no excuses for being lazy. Start small, slow, and be consistent. Yes. Can I get few more answers? Okay, so I think there's no other answers, right? Okay, it's as we have got to the end of the, okay, be engaged in something rather lying in bed. Okay, so, okay, great. Thank you for your responses. So, as we have got to the end of the talk today, uh, thank you all for participating. And do you have any questions? If anyone have any questions, you can ask, or if there's any questions, you can put a in the chat.
Okay, so if there are no questions or comments, we can end the session here. And thank you, Hikma, for such an insightful and engaging session. And to everyone here, we hope you feel inspired to incorporate some moments into your daily lives and prioritize your well-being. And thank you all for your participation and for making this session a success. And we hope to see you at our next JH Talk sessions. Thank you all and have a very good night.
Okay. Thank you everyone for participating in today's session.